Колеги, доброго ранку.
Dear colleagues, good morning. We'll start our working day, and I invite Lieutenant Colonel Oleksiy Chernobai, representing the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. Good morning, dear colleagues. Happy to see you at the morning briefing in line with the decree of the President of Ukraine. On May 5th, the regular enrollment to the regular army service in the armed forces of Ukraine and other law enforcement agencies will start, and the enrollment will last till June 13th and will include the check of the enrollment base and dissemination of invitations to arrive to the military commissioners. The amount will depend upon request of the law enforcement agencies. The persons who are 20 years of age, and also those who are under 27 years of age do not have the right to be liberated from the enrollment, and the material support to be paid to the enrolled persons will be 2,900 hryvnia. This amounts of money already allocated. The period of the regular military service amounts to 1.5 years for juniors and 1 year for those who have higher education. At the same time, in line with the presidential decree, the servicemen who have the degrees of specialist and master will have special periods for service, and their liberation to reserve, their release to reserve will happen during April and June this year. The Ministry of Defense continues to ensure reforms aimed at strengthening efficiency and to optimize activities of the Ministry of Defense. The Committee of Reform and General Staff continues its work and has passed the action plan to ensure defense reform in the ministry for 2016-2020. The document regulates implementation of the new regulatory remains for the Ministry of Defense, and during 5 years it provides for the passage for preparation of the 92 more regulations. The Ministry of Defense also continues to optimize the use of budgetary funds and the quality of internal audit. The operational audits carried out by from the beginning of this year had shown that some 22.5 million hryvnia were prevented from ungrounded losses and spending. Also, some 364 warnings were issued to those budgetary managers to prevent the efficient spending of 3.5 billion hryvnia. 86 controlling measures were carried out, and the losses of material resources up to 10.5 million hryvnia were prevented, and also 248 persons who could be blamed in those abuses were brought to responsibility. the Ministry of Defense had participated in 7 training events for 82 military and civil leaders on the internal control beginning from this year. Some 143 representatives of the internal audit of the ministry had passed this training. The Ministry of Defense, jointly with its partners from the Great Britain, NATO Liaison Office in Ukraine, and Ukraine NATO Program on Professional Development of the Civil Personnel and Defense Personnel, organized also special trainings in line with the state order. In 2016, the Ministry of Defense had purchased more than 150 units of military machinery, armored vehicles, 120 mortars, infantry carrying vehicles, and locators. Also, as of during the last week, the repair brigades of Ukraine had returned 243 units of military equipment like tanks, howitzers, anti-tank guns, armored vehicles to the ATO area. And during the entire ATO period, 42.5 thousand of the military machinery and equipment were repaired by the ministry repair brigades. Also, the ministry carries out control over state defense orders implementation by the military enterprises. Thus, 640 million hryvnia were allocated for overhaul and production of the military equipment and machinery. And more from this year, some overspending of 277 million were prevented.